talking to you?
Get your movie fix right here on SABC.
Guys, thank you for tuning into Sport at 10 tonight. Got an exciting show for you. I go by the name of Mahle, and I'm joined by my co-host Bongani Dlamini. I mean, what a show we have jam-packed for you tonight, right?
Of course, Sanbonane Makaya ngegama ke ngobongani wakwaDlamini, as Mahle has already mentioned it. But first of all, how did we get here?
How did we get here? Well, we had to post our videos on Twitter, and of course you retweeted, and we thank you for bringing us this opportunity to be here today.
Thank you very much. So, Thomas, unfortunately today we're invading your space.
I mean, Gubano need Thomas Boss corner, guys, seriously?
That's true. So, we have a bumper show for you in store today. Well, that is the case every Wednesday night. So, who do we have in store today? The guys just won the major league. I mean, the Mzansi Super League. It was the first of its kind. So, they're joining us today. I'm talking about the Jozi Stars.
Exciting, exciting. They've won the league, joined by Dane Villas as their captain. He's been instrumental in their run.
Well, let's start the show. What are we waiting for? Let's just grab our seats right here. And then, Thomas, you can pass. It's okay. Thomas, how does it feel for you to have invaders in your own space?
No, it's a little bit surprising. But I know you guys, first of all, are regular watchers of the show. So what we're going to do today is part of the thing is drive you, tell you how it's supposed to be done. Now, top of the show, I normally come to the bench, right? And tell you who's here and introduce you and say, like, who's... So far, the viewers don't know who I am, who this guy is, who that guy is. You guys are sad. So, do you want to introduce us? Like, even me, like, because no one knows who I am.
All right, there you go. So we have Thomas, obviously, who's the host of the show.
Yes.
And then...
Thank you. I like that.
And then we also have the Jozi Stars, like we mentioned it. So they are in the house today. We'll find out from them how it feels to win the Mzansi Super League. They're joining us today. And Thomas and ourselves will be asking a couple of questions.
All right, great. So, Mate, let's kick off the interview. Let's start out with the Jozi Stars right here. I've got Eddie Lear sitting right next to me. Nono Pongolo is sitting over there. The men who are instrumental in bringing the trophy to the Gauteng Province. The Mzansi Super League trophy is here. Amatle, what do you want to know from them?
Well, I just want to know how exactly they got to this point. I mean, it must have been a tough journey for you.
Yeah, it was a tough journey. I mean, like, with the games that we started with, first 3 games we lost. I think we won 1 out of 4, something like that. And for us to bounce back with 5 games to win with a bonus point, I think that was very special. And also mentioning Nono especially, I mean, like him winning that game, we won. He scored 12 runs with 1 ball. I mean, I don't think that has been done. And also taking 6 wickets the following game. So he's been very instrumental. So, yeah, for us winning this trophy, man.
And then I'd like to know from you guys, I mean, this was the first of its kind, 6 teams, and obviously you guys won it for the first time. Do you think that it's good for South African cricket? Or do you want it to come back? Do you want an expansion, perhaps?
Yeah, I think this tournament is a tournament that South Africa needed for a long time. It's been, I mean, you know, all around the world. You've got the IPLs, you've got the BB, the Big Bash in Australia. So it was quite nice that as South African players, especially the domestic players, we can get an opportunity to play with the likes of Chris Gayle and all the other international players in our domestic backyard. So that was fantastic from that point of view.
I mean, I'm looking at some of the footage here, guys. I'm going to just jump in. SABC 3 was the host broadcaster for this. So let's talk a little bit about that, because it was one of the first times that the national broadcaster has brought cricket to the masses on such a huge scale. Could you feel that? Could you feel the energy across the country of Mzansi Super League?
No, definitely, we're feeling the energy. I mean, like, you know, normally when they were broadcasting on the other channel, the games, you never get videos from just a kid from next door, you know, sending you a video and screaming when you take a wicket. I think that was very special.
That happened to you?
That happened to me a couple of times.
What happened?
What they do is that, obviously, when I go to bowl, they'll take a video of me bowling, and when I take a wicket, whatever, and, you know, I hear his family at the background screaming and stuff like that. So I've got a couple of videos as well. Also with Nono's videos, also, they send me his videos and stuff like that. So.
And I want to just talk to Nono very quickly, because Nono, you have an amazing story.
Yeah.
You've been with the SABC, right? Yeah. You have, like, worked here, but you weren't being paid to work here. Yeah. Tell me about that.
Yeah, well, I've been trying to obviously get into the commentary side of the game.
You're a player. What are you trying?
It's always
just in case the cricketing I'm not doing for your commentate.
Yeah, I guess I'm someone who's obviously passionate about the game and sharing my views about the game, and there was an opportunity at some stage that we're invited as players to give, our insight on the games, especially at the Wanderers. And from then I started taking the opportunities of commentating in some of the games, international games as well. So when that opportunity came, and then I started doing a little bit more of it, I started enjoying it a lot more.
And then this year, with the Mzansi Super League, we, as the SABC, because you were doing it like still learning, was like, okay, you're an intern, we're not going to give you too much in terms of the cash. This year you are going to get paid. You were like, we need you for Mzansi Super League. Nono Pongola, you're the guy. Then what happens? Yeah,
I was pretty much had got the contract. Everything was going to happen. I had a month with the SABC going to be commentating. And then I think 2 days before the game, the Jersey Stars game, I get a call from the coach. The coach was asking, are you available to obviously replace one of the guys that have unfortunately been in an accident? Are you ready to come and play for us? So I was like, okay, now what's going on? I need to speak to the people at SABC, just inform them what's happening.
I can play, or I can commentate, commentate.
I'd actually do both. I was interested in doing both at some stage. So spoken to the coach and spoken to Melinda as well. Everyone is actually quite happy for me to play from the SABC's point of view. And ended up going with that opportunity of playing.
So you dumped us. He dumped us to go and join you guys out there. I mean, really.
I think it's December. We just put our relationship on hold.
Just put it on hold. Guys, good story, right? Like,
crazy how they got to this point, Thomas. I mean, Unjani ukuba ne trophy pa. I'm sure he's our bonus, man.
Obviously, I mean, we play for the love. We play for the love.
Surely there's something more.
No, definitely, it's always special, man, to win the trophy. Every player's dream. That's why we work hard for moments like this for the trophy. And also, special mention to our team, our squad. We had a brilliant squad. We had good human beings. We gelled. I mean, I've never seen the squad gel like that. I've played in the Caribbean Premier League before, and Oaks are coming from different countries, so you don't gel that much. But here we were gelling, and as a team.
Can I ask you something?
Yeah.
Let me just check here in your hands. No sandpaper, nothing. Because you were getting the ball to turn.
Yeah, my confidence came back nicely this competition. I mean, obviously I worked so hard before the competition. And
without sandpaper, nothing?
No sandpaper.
Just natural spin.
As Nono would say,
yeah. But you really were. I mean, especially in the opening part of the Mzansi Super League, you were turning it a mile. Yeah, no, I did well.
5 games, 8 wickets. And obviously, what happened is that Duan, who was a little wicket taker, also set out a couple of times. Nono also set out a couple of times. And, towards the latter stages of the tournament, the team started to gel, the combination that we had. So Nono had to play. When he played, he also, did well. So it was kind of hard to come back even if you did well,
No. But the bat...
I batted before him. I batted before Nono. I batted 5.
But nowadays...
No, it's important, but...
Is he okay with the bat?
I've had it before you.
We call him the Black Stephen Smith. I'm not sure if it's got to do with the sandpaper part that we spoke of earlier, or the New Balance part as well. But yeah, he's obviously he can bat. He actually always batted ahead of me at Wits, but things have kind of turned around now. I do have that hold on him at the moment.
Yeah, that all-rounder, and then now just
likes to bat.
Like now we just know you as a
No, you have to. You have
as a
to.
bowler.
You know, concentrate on what you're good at. You know.
Yeah, let's just leave the batting for others. Guys, it's that time of the show where we need to laugh, right?
Yep, that's correct, Thomas. And unfortunately, guys, you may be champions, but this guy,
He is a champion.
So, calling out the man who's been doing it for probably the last 5 years, you know him as the Shampunizer.
Mariah. No, stay outside. No. No. Amachli, let's, can we, because it's much bigger than that. So Amachli, you're going to give it a chance now. Can we bring him out? But, no, that was not okay there. I'm not happy with that one, Bongani.
Okay, let me give it a try. Welcome, the 5-time champion Champunizer.
How's that?
Wait. Last time, please.
Give Bongani a try.
One more time. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, he's been doing it for 6 years on SABC Sport. He's undefeated when it comes to sports comedy. He is the heavyweight of humor with the uppercuts and the jabs that go to the hearts of the teams and the players. Here he is, the Shampunizer!
Sure. It's Thomas. Valen. Hi, Valen. Thomas.
Oh
yeah, sharp.
I like what you're wearing.
Yeah. Stand up, Thomas.
2018.
Yeah.
That you're looking good.
Yes, you're looking like that before and after. Yeah, this is me like 30 years ago, and then this is me today. Yeah, welcome, guys. You won a competition? Yeah, the last time I won a competition was why is it Rama Mama #1? Like we win Rama. Get Chella blind Thomas. Josie Stars. This is a team that knows what they want to be. You know, they name themselves after something they want to be. Stars. We know we'll never win. Pal rocks. Okay, pizza rock. Stina, man. Stina, why is it Stina? No matter how much you cook that Stina, it will never get Stina. You are associated with the foundation. Oh, Stina, Pal rocks. Why is one as a Pasco Scolombare? 3+3 about 4 Pal rocks. Thomas, I saw something from the back of the whatever. I saw Lieutenant Majoro is back. He's on form. He even scored. You know, like he scored so beautiful. For a moment, I forgot the jersey number high for 5. I'm like, hey, you are doing well. You are doing very, very well. People are working out there. Welcome, Josie Stars. And you know, you don't understand. Like, Jose Mourinho has been fired. What is my Chiefs? Because social media, but busy Harazana le Bobby, want to regulate the man, Mourinho, Bobby. Timelo na stingy, bala logo label rato chabang. Alna chelete, like Alana Chelet, Morino, Lumwelling Antale so, Muswelling, Chiefs, the Gasset, in 12 Gila Rega Dura, Kiloyalty defenders Alnagawa Ruda, Ecos El Pelumo. That's the most expensive thing you've bought. Shout out to Baroka Bajal, Baroka. They did like a very beautiful trophy parade, and every day, everyone was there, even people who were not invited. But you know who was there? Relegation. No, relegation was there. It's just like, No, yeah, relegation was there. Edibala and Lefete come make it well for Rizinia Edibal. Leto Edibala Bila, Baroka was that. And you know who I did not see of all those people? Kuloko guy at home. Why let's invite that Kuloko? Anyway, let's invite them. Kuloko is going straight to Manchester United. He's gonna be the spokesperson. Every post-match interview. Hey, football will kill you. He's gonna shout out to Chipezeze. Dude, how dare you make Pizzo angry at December? But Pizzo was doing well until Chipezeze come. Chipezeze batong sa irabe. Lilina la labole Chipezeze, Chipzozo, Chichiboya.
Before we go to that break, guys, will you defend it? Will you maintain the Josie Stars name on the trophy next year, guys?
Will we have the same squad? That's the question. Because I think everyone in the squad might be bought by other teams. But yeah, I think we have a good chance of maintaining
Okay,
it.
oh, you did enough to make the things to move to other teams.
To make the pods.
To be found. Nora Bongolo, congratulations.
Thank you.
Eddie Lear, congratulations. Great job, guys. We need to go to the break, right?
Yes, that's correct, Thomas. We need to go to the break. The question that we're asking you today, I mean, it's the end of the year, so we'd like to know what stood out for you as far as sports is concerned in the year of 2018. So that's the question. What were your 2018 sporting highlights? That's what we want to know from you.
And Amahle, before we go to that break, and I'll let you take us to that break, what does it feel like to be at the desk on the big chair?
Well, it feels incredible, Thomas. I mean, I've been doing videos like for my dad since I was little. He's been taking me to games since I was little. Feels incredible to be behind you. Overwhelming, though.
What games?
Kaiser Chiefs.
Yeah, she's a
Because.
Ngapha?
Chiefs.
Oh, yes, I'm a coach.
Same team. Isibana kanjani? Derby. Isibana kanjani Chiefs nekhosi Derby Jozi
Positive and
Stars.
negative must they attract. Or is it negative and negative they repel? So we are here.
But are you on his case?
Well, at the moment he knows.
What does he know?
He knows that at the moment Ipagapaga is flying high at the moment. 2019, you hope.
Amahle, break time.
Thank you, guys. Stay tuned for more after the break.
Not persons under the age of 18.
After a long day of hard work, pain can drain even the most hardworking members of our community. And every once in a while, even a steering may need a helping hand. That's why they can always trust Grandpa's fast-acting pain relief. It's ready to work in 10 seconds for toothache, headache, muscle ache, or backache, so that they can be the kasi steering we need them to be. Ngoba umuntu ngumuntu ngabantu.
Grandpa, trusted for over 100 years.
Hey Tada, I'm Desmond Dube. You know me as an actor and brand ambassador for Clientele, but in my private life, I'm a husband and a father. Like most South Africans, my childhood was difficult. There was no money. So now I make it a point that my family is taken care of, and will be, should I die. What I've learned from filming the Clientele commercials is that tomorrow is not promised to anyone. That is why I have funeral cover. It's so affordable. If you can buy a takeaway now and again, you can afford to buy funeral cover. That's what I don't understand. If it's so affordable, why are there so many South Africans who do not have a funeral plan? It breaks my heart to go to a funeral knowing that that family went into debt paying for it. And it'll take them another year to pay it back. Join me in taking care of our family's futures.
Hi, I'm Lillian Dube. Please listen to me. This is important. If you don't have funeral cover, get it today. It is easy and the premiums are affordable. I pay my premium every month. It gives me peace of mind. Join me in taking care of our family's futures.
WhatsApp join me to 071 102 7610. And we'll call you back. WhatsApp now. Welcome to the new Clientele app. Clear, simple, easy, and free to use. You can buy online, update your policy, or lodge a claim 24 hours a day. But wait, there's more. If you are a policyholder and download our app, you can get access to Clientele rewards, big monthly discounts on groceries, bus tickets, and store gift cards. This is what South Africans have been waiting for. Download the app now.
welcome to Sports at 10, right here on SABC 1. My name is Matlodi Rangu and I am your host. Tonight we talk all things Banyana Banyana. The ladies made history in Ghana when they qualified for the 2019 FIFA Women's World Cup.
Absolutely stellar fixtures happening this weekend. And of course, I cannot leave you guys without telling you guys about my two outstanding players. The first player that absolutely had a fantastic weekend for me was Serino from Mamelodi Sundowns. Now, he had an absolutely fantastic match. And of course, there was one strike in particular for me. And that ball hit the back of the net by Serino. That goal would have definitely been a contender for me for goal of
Wazanazo, bring your voice, get to the game to stand a chance to kick for R1 million as Amazulu FC take on Lamontville Golden Arrows in the Durban Derby this Saturday. Don't miss out on the action, and we'll bring it live to you right here on SABC 1. However, what you're seeing today is what you just saw on the screen there. Those were videos sent to us on Twitter at Sport at 10 from you guys at home wanting to be the guest presenters on the show, on this show, the show that brings on the highlights of the year, and we will throughout the show continue to show you some of the others that you guys sent through. We loved it. Thank you for supporting it. And unfortunately, not anyone and everyone could be here as a guest presenter. The producers sat down, watched your videos, and we've got Bongani as well as Amatle doing the business on the show tonight. Also, remember to tell us your thoughts, right? I'll go on your tweets and look. How are they doing? Who are you enjoying? What can they do differently? We'll give them that advice as the show goes on. Go on at Sport at 10 TV on Twitter and give us that information. But Shampunizer,
yes,
what we're going to do is look at highlights of the year, right? People who have come on the shows. We're going to be a bit emotional next, right? We're going to go to those interviews that gave us that thing where we wanted to cry, where we were interested. But before we do that, can we find out about Amatle? Can we find out about Mongani?
Yes, but I also want to talk to the people who are tweeting right now. The one tweet that we don't want is replace Thomas. That one doesn't work. Yeah, no, because it's Thomas. It's Thomas. You know, this guy's everything. This is not Orlando Pirates. Bongani, where are you from?
Okay, so originally I'm from Guatemala.
Mumu.
Just around the corner.
Yes, a place of hope. I get one of the aeroplane. And what do you do for a living?
So for a living, I'm doing communications. But the passion is this whole thing that is happening here.
Oh, hence you are communicating with everyone. But we have a lady here. You know, don't mind my tone. And what do you do? Where are you from?
I'm from Eastern Cape, Dungumkosa.
I was going to talk about Calamine, but yeah, no, welcome to Sport 10. How does it feel to be here?
No, it feels incredible. I'm so honored to have been given this opportunity.
And what do you do?
I'm a student. I'm studying sports communication.
Sports communication. Thomas, sponsor sports communication.
I'm Thomas very soon.
Done.
What if Thomas, like, when I was, what's your team?
I'm Chelsea.
Thomas, back to you. I'm gas code. Mutuju. Over the passport. Those that I beat the Chelsea. Deep down or Highlands Park. Thomas.
No, that's it.
Before we come back to me, Amatle, when I say the word and the name Stephen Pienaar, what comes to mind?
Incredible legend, I think. He did well overseas, did well locally. I really like his style of play. Incredible player.
Let's find out now. What we liked about that interview with Stephen Pienaar was a huge scoop on Sport at 10 in 2018. Stephen Pienaar is coming to make an announcement. He's going to tell South Africans something. Age 35, free agent. What are you going to tell us?
I think I'm going to sign for a new club. You know, for me, it's I'm coming here. First of all, I want to say thanks to my mom for being there all the years. And obviously, the people that's been supporting me throughout my career, the people that's been behind me is the South Africans. I know there's good times and bad times, but the support I've always got from the people back home, not only back home, wherever I played, for me it was something special. And just want to come and make it official and say today is the day that I've decided I'm closing this chapter, moving on to something else. I'm retiring from football, and it's been a difficult one to put out there. You know, you get time to think about everything, what you want to do in life after your football career. When the last year and a half, it was a bit, you know, you join Sunderland, you're thinking, is this what I want? do you want to finish your career? How do you want to do it? And for me, it was, you know, been going on. And I told myself, you know what, why can't I come back home and just bow out in a way I want?
Shampunaiza, the tears were here for Stephen Pienaar. He was almost in tears.
Yeah, and that's why I had that day. I remember I had to do so much comedy to just lift everyone up because, hey, it's a very emotional thing. It's like what we're going to talk about right now. I need to ask them, what's your take on performance-enhancing drugs and drugs in general in sport? What do you think?
I honestly think that it kills the sport, first of all. And number two, it kills whatever legacy an athlete has. For example, imagine if Caster Semenya, we find out, hopefully it doesn't happen.
It will never happen. Yeah.
I'm sure it will never.
Yeah.
But imagine 10 years down the line, we find out that she was doping.
Yeah.
So we'll forget about everything good that she has done, and then it'll just be about that.
What do you think? What if it was Nyaupe? What if it was very fast and then I just want to slow down?
No, honestly, it does take away the talent. I mean, the way we look at the talent and the way we judge the talent, you taking drugs and all sorts of substances isn't a good image for your brand.
And what would you do if you were caught? Like, would you admit? What would you do?
I mean, I think there's nothing you can do once you've been caught. You just have to work your way forward and think about the next step in your journey.
I feel like Thomas, o ka re Nyaupe I trace mo systeming. I see bon motho wa Nyaupe go spetlele. I see bon motho wa Nyaupe go doctor. But you know what? Talking about drugs and everything, we're just trying to teach everyone at home that this is not a thing to do. We spoke to Tandai Njumayelo, who was here, and he redeemed himself because he's back and trying to play again. Just checking Tandai Njumayelo on the screen with you right now, and then literally drugs.
Those are just a little bit of the things that Tandani Njumayelo did for us on the football field as a player. But in 2016, in August, he got the news from the drug officials that he tested positive for cocaine, and a 4-year ban was implemented. He's now about a year and a half into that 4-year ban. Tandani, you were looking at that. What did you think?
Obviously, Thomas, I just asked God that that day I was with you at Metro FM, and that's the day I'm going to stop crying. And now when I see this, I was just reminds me of football, and I really miss playing football. Let alone money and what, but I just miss playing football.
And seeing those scenes, the teammates, the goals, the crowd, all of it.
Sometimes it surprises me. I used to do such things and score goals like that. Yeah. Yeah, I didn't score a lot of goals, but I think I scored special goals. Yeah.
You did? But then it all went wrong.
Yeah,
in 2016.
Yeah, it went wrong, and then I lost my career, and it's a mistake. I learned. I made a mistake in my life, and I learned, and I hope others can learn from my mistake. And I'd like to, even if after this, even when I go back to soccer again, I'll still talk about this. I'll still try to help and try to avoid talent go to waste.
One of the things we were at the front of was that hashtag Bring Bibo Back. He's back. He's training. He may even see professional football once again. And I think one of the keys was that interview, that honesty with South Africa right here on Sport at 10. Tell us what you think. And if that is just us feeling ourselves, or if you think something that we were involved in playing a role in. Speaking of playing a role in things, here's another story that if you missed this show and it didn't touch your heart, then you're just almost not human. A former player for South Africa in women's football, afflicted with a tumor that takes over her entire face. She's now had an operation on the back of your support. The story we brought you, it was powerful. If you missed it, take a look at Makosi. Makosi, why haven't you just surrendered? I mean, you just give up and just say, I can't anymore.
I've got a passion. You know, this is my gift. And in this tumor, ngitshela ukuthi God is a plan for me.
What was she like in her playing days? What was she like as a footballer?
Well, a brilliant player, midfielder, someone you could always rely on. I knew her in that time, probably for 8-9 years, that she played in the national team. I coached her in the early days. She went, as she said, to 3 AFCONs. Was a kind of player you could really bank on, a stalwart, dependable, reliable, and gave 200% to Banyana. There you can see her scoring a goal.
Shayisana namakhulu. Makhosi nomnandi vele.
Kakhulu. Yabona nje abaphosha bana 100 goals. Bebenikwa mina amaphasi.
Unikeza amaphasi. I mean, they're even getting a goal. I mean,
ngikufula ngephasi la ukhona.
And at this stage, Makhosi, at this time of your life, there was no hint, no sign yokuthi lento le velele busweni le cancer le tumor would ever be coming. These were the happiest times, right?
Yeah.
I think people at home are wondering ukuthi yaqalilonga ingaka wavuka ekseni, what happened?
No, kwaqala anosithi iseleng kwi-aperture.
Bokuvukile nje.
Yeah.
Kancane nje uzwa ngathi akune pain inyana mara ayikusinte serious.
Yeah, and I went to the clinic, check, antibiotics.
This was 2011, eh?
2011, yeah. Then I went to the hospital, antibiotics in the corner. But I transferred to other one, because swelling is more. Then took drugs. Then they make the scans, give me antibiotics, then they transfer me to Pienaar.
Yeah.
Then it took a long time. And then I told them it's getting worse. Sabang is Alberts. Then Alberts, they did a test and they found out it's cancer. Then I started treatment.
2012 already now. You're now doing cancer treatment. They've discovered with cancer.
Yes. I did chemotherapy and radiation.
So 1 year after you discovered it, you were already on chemotherapy, you were on radiation therapy, but it didn't stop growing. I mean, it wasn't that size in 2011, 2012. Even in treatment, it
was bigger than this.
It was bigger?
Yeah. And it's shaped because it was in this side, on this side. And now it's in front and it's stable. I want to call South African women's national team Banyana Banyana. And overseas-based team.
Well, she's doing it right now with the kids, and the dream is to be the next, or in the future, after operations and after she's okay, the next Banyana Banyana coach.
Oh.
Tremendous story, touching story, and one we need to go back to, right? I know you've been closer and you've been keeping an eye on Makhosi. What's the latest there?
What's latest is that I know that the operation has been made, the major op has been made thanks to you at home, because you contributed and you sent messages, and she changed life. Like even me personally, hearing her saying, "I will never give up. I want to coach Banyana Banyana," that was a major thing. How did you watch that episode?
I did, and it's crazy to think that that's the same player. Looking at her now, it's very crazy, and the passion and the drive she still has to coach young girls is out of this world.
And she's speaking like someone who never gives up. Come.
I want to quickly go, because we asked for the highlights of the viewers at home in 2018. So, and don't forget that, Makhosi, we will bring her in the early part of next year, just to see how that operation went and how successful it is and where she is in her recovery. So we will do that. Stay with Sport at 10 for that. However, what are you saying in terms of your highlights? And I've got a tweet coming through here from Russ Espasatos, who says Kevin Anderson reaching the Wembley final, except it was Wimbledon final, right? Wembley close enough, but Wimbledon final. And then I've got Moz Kid saying, my highlight was Shabalala going overseas. Serame Thomas says, Baroka beating Orlando Pirates. That was just the other day. Miss Machane says, Luka Modric being the first Croatian footballer to win the Ballon d'Or, captain Croatia to the national football team, to the World Cup and things. So, Bongani, as I look at some of these, I'm going to ask you that. What was your highlight of 2018? And then take us to the break.
Yo, the list is very long, hey, Pratom.
Highlight.
I know. Okay, for me, it has to be... Kgothatso Montjane reaching the semi-finals of Wimbledon as well. Yeah.
Show off. Take us to the break.
All right. Thank you very much for tuning in. We are back with more. Stay right where you are.
Not for persons under the age of 18.
When you want to look after your family's teeth, look out for Captain Aquafresh. With superhero protection. He helps care for your gums to keep them healthy. He strengthens enamel. He freshens your breath. He has the power of 3 stripes to look after your family's teeth. Aquafresh does it all in one, Mum.
SABC 1 took over Durban with the summer campaign Coast to Coast. Roaring with excitement. We headed to the South Beach to play beach soccer with the South Sea team and the support of our fans. Ukhozi FM and other radio stations welcomed us in Durban for interviews with the SABC 1 celebrities. The Coast to Coast fun continued at Umlazi Mega City, where SABC 1 celebrities interacted with their fans and gave away prizes together with South Sea. We ended our weekend joining Ukhozi FM on their musical festival, Music Volume, where we had SA's top music acts performing and a meet and greet with SABC 1. Durban was a blast. Ungasali, Hamba Nabahambayo, Spete Shisayo this summer only on SABC 1. Zanzi for sure.
South Sea, connect your way.
We've witnessed the drama and we've seen the tensions rise, but now we let the stars shine. Catch an exclusive live broadcast as we crown the kings and queens of the decks. Witness an exciting season finale of 1s and 2s on Sunday the 23rd of December. Spete Shisayo this summer only on SABC 1, Mzansi for sure.
Good evening and welcome to Sport at 10. Wana Masutu will be stealing the show tonight. You know it's always good with me. Guys, this is the season where you have to look before you kick. Nitiki Telkom knockout is Pienaar, our very favorite Pirates versus Baraka. Once again, it's a David versus Goliath. Who will prevail? Stay tuned for more info.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Sports at 10. My name is Mpho Mulife, and I'll be your host for tonight. So, as you all know, as we talk sports, we're going to be looking at this weekend's Telkom final, and of course, the Saudi Derby. I mean, everybody's talking about that. So, yeah, we're going to be looking at that too.
We love the fact that you sent us through your videos to be the guest presenters on our final show in 2018, right here on Sport at 10. And I'm going to read some of the feedback you're getting, guys, right? So we're getting feedback already coming through, so I'm going to give you that. But before we do that, just remember, Wazanazo. Bring your voice. Get to the game to stand the chance to kick for R1 million as Amazulu FC take on Lamontville Golden Arrows in the Durban Derby this Saturday. If you're just tuning into the show, Amahle, Bongani, they're guest presenters today. They entered the competition that we put up on social media and said, if you want to be on the show, send us your video. Now you guys are giving feedback and keep giving that feedback to us about how they're doing so far on the program. Modern Day Maharaj says, we need to see the confidence flow. That's his comment to you guys. And then Sonwabile says, Amahle and Bongs are doing a great show. Very nervous at first, but I think they've got it now. So that's a nice feedback there. Kharabe says, the guest presenters are looking amazing. They're doing a great job. Really nice seeing the new talent. And then Hunter says, Well, Hunter's a little bit more straight to the point and stuff, but I'll read it anyway. He says, tell both the guest presenters that load shedding is over. They must bring on the energy throughout the show. So that's, but it was one in the, so let's just give him what we want. Let's give him what we need. We're going to get there. Yeah.
Now I'll give feedback on the videos.
It's not over.
Yep. I'll give feedback on the videos that we just saw right now.
Yep.
The last one you're out.
He was fine. I thought he was okay.
No, it's fine. It's just that the music make it
okay. Now we're going to go. Because one of the things we like to do on Sport at 10 is show you the sports that don't always get the limelight, the big names, the big sports. You know, it's not only soccer that we care about. We care about everything else. So we brought in some guests throughout the year that were not even just from South Africa, but from all over the place, that were in sports that you maybe don't follow that closely. For instance, a high jumper from the USA. Take a look. Did you come up rich? Did you come up, you know, with every advantage in the world?
Definitely, and I grew up with a single mother. My father was in and out of prison systems. Grew up with older brothers and sisters. Sometimes I was left alone at home because my mom's out there grinding and getting it. So it was just like pretty much had to raise myself, but still got some good influences, pulled out some positive things that were happening around me and going towards that direction.
So how do you learn to high jump? With all of that, you're coming out of the dark, the bad side of the tracks. How do you even learn to high jump?
Be diligent. Really focus on learning the technique, what you actually have to do.
But who taught you?
I looked up on the internet.
Don't lie. Don't lie.
But when I first was introduced to it, my fourth grade teacher, coach, taught us how to do it that day. And then when I saw it again a year later, I went and looked it up. And I had some awesome people around me in the summer track program who also looked up a few.
And yes, Inika McPherson is a high jumper. I know you're looking at the tattoos and the cap on backwards and thinking, she's world class, one of America's best, and she was here on Sport at 10. Let's go to boxing, because this is one of our favorites of the year. Take a look at this man. What a champion for South Africa. It was heroic. It was a performance that I think boxing fans will say, what a way to go and do it. Away from home, Kuala Lumpur, on the undercard for Manny Pacquiao. I mean, Manny is fighting later that night, so good and i-pressure engaka.
Shuthi khona beyikhona ipressure kakhulu kumina kodwa ke benginganakile into eziningi into ebengifuna kakhulu ilo leli bhandi le khona ke bekuhlezi kunzima mawulwa ngaphandle kwasekhaya ngoba khona le akekho umuntu okusupportayo bonke kwesinye isikhathi baba against wena so uba under pressure kakhulu ke kube ngcono mewungapha ngasekhaya.
I loved Mruti Mtalani. What a champion for the country. There was another story that touched us, and you know, we love it when women do amazing things and they push the boundaries and they do things that even us men are saying, hey, no, Morongwa was one of those women who does something I would never do, ever. Find out about her. Morongwa is somebody that you really should be putting things into, because what an inspiration to young girls out there that anything is possible, right? This I wouldn't do. And every single man behind all the cameras here, I asked them all, they said, hell no. They're not interested.
That is actually my dream as well, is to take the sport to girls, women, and to blacks. Because people don't see bikes on the road, but they don't see the sport element. So I would like to promote the sport to the blacks and to women.
I just want one thing, right? Right now, when you're racing this bike here, how fast do you go?
Very fast.
No,
I would say on a very, very fast pace, I can click 230, 240.
Kilometers an hour?
An hour.
240.
So, yes, I was very surprised, depending on the track. So at a fast track, you can really clock it.
How serious?
Like, and still want to go more. And then there's nothing. Like, it's like, okay, I'm done here.
240 kilometers an hour?
Yes.
Unalibana?
And you need to brake.
Marunalibana?
At tense.
Unalibana?
Yeah, they know that. They know, they support me. At first, it is very safe. At the track, it's a very safe environment. Unlike,
Go
strating, yeah. Definitely, I cannot do 240 on the road.
I don't know why you're coming to me, because I'm on a break. There's guest presenters here.
And you know what? I'll ask as a guest presenter just for your sake, because Murunga is from my hood and she's doing things that many people cannot do. The moment she said 240, some Uno drivers like one head, would you ride a bike?
No, I don't think I'd ride a bike. No.
Why wouldn't you ride a bike?
I'm scared to die.
No. You need to have solid reasons. Like my reason is that when it rains, you still have to park somewhere. Cost of signing will be able to go fast. But you know what? I'm going to give you a chance to take us to a break.
Well, guys, thank you for tuning in. More coming up after the break.
Sushi that no one else seems to see, while bonus checks rain from the sky? Epic. Make your festive office party more festive with 2 750ml bottles of Sedgwick's The Original Old Brown for only $64.99. Only from Tops at Spa. Not for persons under the age of 18.
Next on Gospel Unplugged. Mandla Zwane shares that God wants us to serve Him as we are.
uNkulunkulu is not surprised with this. This is the tool I desire to reach the young people out there.
And Mawad gets us all dancing with hip-hop gospel.
He's still God's in control.
God bless you. God bless you. Don't miss Gospel Unplugged every Sunday right here on SABC 1, 5:30 p.m. Zanzi for sure.
So we know that Christmas is just around the corner. Yeah. Who do you want to unwrap?
You unwrap me?
My husband.
Who would I like to unwrap me?
Need I ask?
Yeah, no. Hey, Prince KB, good to.
Prince KP, come through. Yambana umute, igift yako, ilinda wena. Kutu.
Catch RGB every Saturday, 7:30, SABC 1, Mzansi for sure.
This Sunday on Playing for the Coach.
You'll like this. 12,500 Rand a month to win the African Cup of Nations, to qualify for France, to win the Four Nations 3 times in a row. Pereira, who's a marvellous coach, never won a thing, earned 1.7 million Rand a month. I think I'm going to go to the CCMA.
Sunday at 2:30 on SABC 1.
SABC 1 presents the Kamtuza 2019 Last Dance Music Festival in Richards Bay on the 31st of December at the Mhlatuza Sports Complex, featuring some of SA's hottest acts. Tickets are from $250 a company ticket. Don't miss the live broadcast, brought to you by SABC 1.
All right, welcome back. So we're doing the highlights of the year. We're looking back at 2018. We've been showing you some of your videos that you sent us to be guest presenters on the show. Bongani, I want to ask you, if I say the name Bele to you, what comes to mind?
Sure. Kaizer Chiefs. His playing days in Italy, Orlando Pirates. There's a lot that comes to my mind, but the one word that absolutely describes him perfectly is legend.
He is a legend, and we're going to get to when we spoke to him. And I'm just going to remind you that you can see him, potentially, this weekend, because Wazanazo, bring your voice. Get to the game to stand the chance to kick for R1 million. And AmaZulu are taking on Lamontville Golden Arrows in Durban for the derby. And it's this Saturday. And obviously, Bele could be in that AmaZulu team out on the pitch, age 41. Don't miss that. And if you missed him, when he had announced his retirement, saying it's over in December, which is where we're at now, but now there's Amahem, good, maybe no, we need to extend it, Nyana. We'll see that in January. We had him on the show. This is what he had to say. You have really given to this game. What has kept you going all these years?
No, but ngathi since ngiqala ukudlala ibhola, ngi-investe kakhulu kwi-talent lami. Yeah, ngathi yonke impilo yami ngizoyidedelela italente lami ngoba angazi uNkulunkulu ukuthi uzongithatha ngibekephi mangisadlala.
Oqala kwakho 1995, 97, African warriors, wanderers back in those days. Bowazi, good uzofika la ufike khona.
No, angizange ngitshele ukuthi ngizofika lana ngoba ever since nginonkosikazi ngangitshela ukuthi maybe in the age of 32 retire.
You're now 40 and you're still kicking.
And it's a gift uNkulunkulu angiphe yona and angizange ngiabuse. That's why ukuthi ngithe italent eliso angilisebenzise ngingadisappointi abalandeli nabathandi bebhola as much ukuthi ngibo uye lo siyabonga nomvethe lo abamaziyo ngisebenze ngako konke ukuthi every time mangene groundini ifocus yami ukulwela ibheji leclub.
You know, at the top of the show when we were asking our guest presenters which teams they supported, they told me, but they didn't say Bafana Bafana. And that's the team I support, like Bafana Bafana.
Well, yeah, I'll give them a chance. Now you know where I stand. I'm 100% Bafana Bafana.
Okay, ladies first. Ladies first.
Well, I'm 100% Bafana Bafana.
Nizamanje. No, I already said which Bafana Bafana.
No, but serious Thomas, Bafana Bafana fan. Kaya boy squad sabas co stable go.
When you said Chelsea,
the coach was not Sport at 10.
This one's gonna say is a like no, very international. This one.
Can I defend myself?
No.
The
coach was not Sport at 10.
Live TV.
Let's hear what he had to say. You've said that we need a reorganization almost of everything, from how SAFA deals with things to even the players.
Yep.
I mean, I was massively interested in one of the things that you had to say at this talk, which was that players don't really see themselves overseas. They don't, South African PSL players don't see themselves wanting to play in Europe.
I think one of the changes that's happened when I was here the first time to this time is that the PSL has grown in stature. The PSL is a better produced league, a better organised league. There's more money available in that league. So a young player that lands in the PSL today is comfortable. And some of the players maybe don't have that drive to kick on and then land in Ajax, Amsterdam or Manchester United. So they're satisfied. Now, you can ask yourself the question then is, well, do we want satisfied players or do we want hungry players? And that's a challenge that we all face. And when I go around the clubs, that's a challenge that we all know we face.
Now, I know one thing. Our guest presenter, Bongani, is a Chelsea fan, right? You love British football. If you were going to take a Bafana Bafana player and you could take anyone, which one would you take to Chelsea?
It's easy. Percy Tau.
Really?
Yeah.
He could do a job for Chelsea?
On the right wing, perfect. Willian on the bench, Percy Tau starts in the starting 11.
Done.
Finished.
Simple.
Finished.
But maybe that's the only player he knows. Because we Chelsea.
Easy if we had time, I'd give you the starting 11.
No, it's fine. But right now, here's Percy Tau. He was in studio with us. And just listen. Just listen. Smart boy.
Your football career is taking off. Yeah. We've got magazines around the world saying you're one of the top 500 players from around the world. But she's still saying, you must find time for the books.
Yeah, because we lost one of our brothers to my brother through football. He was going to training in Polokwane and when the accident happened. So football has a good story in the family, but also a sad story in the family. And the other thing is, my mom couldn't spend time with me and my other brothers because we were forever on the grounds, and then I was in the academy of Sundowns at the age of 16. So I left home and she couldn't see the kid growing up.
So you're studying though? Because today you were writing.
Yeah.
Like for real. Last night, late night, go PSL Awards, you were writing an exam today.
Yeah, I had to go home study and in shine.
Ikshayile test. Kanjani ndoda? Kunini ufunda?
Abakhipha into engazifundayo. Bangiroba abantu.
We loved having Percy Tau in the studio, and the fact that he's studying and he's doing so much, and what he's doing in overseas is just fantastic. And that's just a sample of some of the guests, the big name guests that we had on Sport at 10 in 2018. Let's now take you to the Nelson Mandela Remembrance Walk. We're going to show you what happened there. Remember, we were in studio with guests that told us why we needed to get out there and walk. So if you weren't there, this is what you missed. And then after that, we're going to show you some of the celebrity guests that have been on Sport at 10 in 2018.
Sport has the power to change the world.
Politician, visionary, icon. 5 years after his death, the iconic status of Mandela looms large. On the 9th of December 2018, former President Nelson Mandela's centenary celebrations for 2018 reached a crescendo in Pretoria, the city of Tshwane. Thousands of South Africans from all walks of life gathered for the annual Mandela Remembrance Walk and Run.
For the Gauteng Provincial Government, this centenary celebrations of Nelson Mandela comes to an end with this very significant Remembrance Walk and Run. And therefore we call in on all Gauteng citizens and beyond to come and support this very important milestone in the centenary life of Nelson Mandela.
The walk was held along the Nelson Mandela Liberation Route, a significant tourist attraction which boasts various heritage sites linked to the country's political history. From the start at Kgosi Mampuru Prison, the official site of capital punishment in South Africa under apartheid rule, where hangings in the gallows were available for public viewing. More historical places included the Lillian Ngoyi Square. Originally, the site was called the Market Square. The Market Hall, where the trial of Jameson Ray took place in 1896, was situated on the site. Another one was the Paul Kruger Street Synagogue. The synagogue plays a part in the history of Pretoria.
The basic thing about this day is to send a message out there that every year, the last event of significant proportion historically in our province we have just before Christmas is to come together to remember the last walk, the last mile of Nelson Mandela's life when he was lying in state at the Union building here before he was given his final farewell.
The race was the first event of the day and saw thousands of people participating, keen to be the legacy. Of course, the Premier was there to make sure that everyone remembered why this event was started in the first place and what it means in contemporary South Africa. Also, both the 21 and 10-kilometer race were perfect for those who wanted to challenge themselves and those who wanted to boost their performance and fitness levels for upcoming full marathons in 2019. When the time was right, the gunshot went off and the race officially began with runners running like pros. The 21-kilometer and 10-kilometer run was set to start and end at the Union buildings, the 21-kilometer going as far as Mayor Road. The races would split at Soutpansberg Road and meet again at Corner Parker and Bauer Street.
Well, I decided to do the 5 kilometers because I'm going to do it with my family. I think it's also important, and I think for me as a former soccer player, that's one thing I can remember of Madiba is he was a people's person and family comes first. And obviously I had the privilege of meeting him so many times, and to be part of this walk is, you know, it's a proud moment for me as an individual.
Most of those sites that people will be passing through are sites that have history, rich history in our struggle history. We are hoping that people will then be reminded of the sacrifices that were put in for us to have just a vote, for us to be free of harassment by the apartheid state.
The Mandela Remembrance Walk and Run was a perfect opportunity to highlight Madiba's hopeful ambition for South Africa. Nelson Mandela lives on. 1918 to forever.
before we go, I'm taking it to the guest presenters to take us home.
Well, thank you, Thomas. And I mean, we talk about Sport at 10, and it can't be Sport at 10 without the celebrities that we have had, the guests on the show. I mean, we had Prince KB not so long ago. Bongani, your favorite part of the show?
Obviously, it has to be that where we get to test our celebrities' sports knowledge. I mean, you get to see if they're not just pretty faces, you know? So that's the nice part about it.
Well, stay tuned, guys. Here's a link up next of all the celebrity guests we've had on this very same show.
There's an orange swimming costume that you're wearing.
Yeah.
I think you should go to the Olympics.
just
as a swimmer.
Because I'm not athletic like that, so I'm not going to make my country proud.
It was worth it. No, but I know, even in heels, I know I'm going to... Even wearing heels. But can you imagine I'm flats? Shorty. I'm now, for a change, not the shortest person on the program.
It is not easy for a person to know they've got cancer. That is why I encourage men to suck those titties, and I encourage women... Is it embarrassing? You don't suck a titty.
Hi, I am Lerato Khanyago, 19 years of age, and I am from the beautiful city of Buxton. And I just want to say, 70 babes, all 7.
At some point, see that song that just played, it was starting to kind of become deeper than what I knew it to be. And then it just didn't stop. It just kept going. And one day I woke up and I thought it was my morning voice. And it just stayed like this, yeah.
That song, Charlotte.
Yeah.
Have you ever been a Charlotte? Have you ever gone after somebody's man? You know, has anyone ever needed to speak to you?
Funny enough, yeah. Now that you say it that way, has anyone ever needed to speak to me? But in my defense, I did not know.
Born free.
Me?
Yeah.
Come on, Thomas. I'm about to be 40.
Yay! Is it embarrassing? You don't suck a titty. Why do you suck? You've got to suck something.
I'm looking at that
but
camera because it was so close.
Pirate supporter. Come on.
It's Benny McCarthy. No, that picture was bad. That was a bad picture. Don't do that. You should have shot this one first.
It was a makeup challenge picture.
Oh, thanks. Okay. Thanks for the shade.
Phil?
Yes. Phil.
Phil something.
I just know his surname is Sambiri.
I'm not even going to do the quiz with you today. I've got comedy, I've got comedian, and I want us to, it's going to happen here, because you've been talking about the hashtag Markfish Challenge. So we've got a couple that we like. So, Barike Manimo. Barike Jay-Z. Okay, what else? Keep going.
Let's just keep going.
This one's
Chad Leclerc. Before. Yeah.
Chad Leclerc.
Pirates goalkeepers, blah. Pirates goalkeepers, blah. Where's the Pirates budget?
Do I have to say Pirates goalkeeper?
No, you can say Jackson.
Jackson's blah.
We're done, and we're going to leave you with the words that we leave you with every single week. If you're not watching this for my kids, what are you doing? Right, let's say goodnight. The guest presenters have done the job. Thank you very much. Shampunaiza, it's been a year, eh? 2018?
It's been a year, man. Take care of yourself. Drive safely. We're going to 2019.
Come. This is our floor manager. Rihanna's coming in. Oh, presentation.
Yes.
Presentation.
Yeah,
you guys did really well. You deserve a cupcake. The Sport at 10 cup, you can't. Not that good.
I can't leave them with a joke. Thomas, Masina Frites does plays for 30 seconds.
Okay, so we're going to let you guys do the final word.
Yeah.
And guys at home, have a Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, all the best. They're going to do it. The words that we always do at the end of every show.
If you're not watching Sport at 10, then what are you doing?
SABC 1 is going coast to coast. Do you want to see your favorite SABC 1 stars? Then catch us in Cape Town at the following venues. Kwa Ace in Khayelitsha in the evening on Friday the 21st of December.
Kukulethu Mall on Saturday the 22nd between 12 and 2 p.m. to meet and greet your favorite stars. For our after party, we return to Kwa Ace in Khayelitsha.